Hello everybody. First off, I'd like to thank you for viewing the tutorial. We're going to go ahead and cover the shipping portion of EazyMess, and I'll get started now by logging into the application. And I first want to show you that I have created some dummy parts in the system. We'll check the part inventory so I can show you them. Go ahead and click the part name from the part states list box. It'll bring up the part definition itself. And you can click the parts tab here, and you can see all the parts that I generated, and I serialized them with a unique ID, and I give it this syntax here, SN-0000. So that demonstrates that we do have some parts in the system that will be shipping out today. I'll close this here. Before we're able to actually ship anything, we need to do some simple configuring here. It's going to include setting up our internal organization, giving ourselves some context for our internal organization, which is really our company. We're also going to have to set up some shipping methods. We'll make a couple of fake ship methods. And we're also going to have to set up some external organizations, which would be our customers, as well as the external customer contacts. And at the very end, we're going to process two types of shipments, which include shipping inventory that's already in stock and also shipping from a work order. So we'll get started by creating our internal organization if you haven't done so already. Click the organizations icon and create a new one with this icon here. We'll go ahead and name our company. I'll stick with our current company name that I've been using for our help tutorials. And we'll click the manufacturer tab because that's what we do. We manufacture here. And since this is internal, we're going to check the our organization checkbox. And that completes the basic configuration for our company. We could always put more data, such as a website, but for the purpose of this demonstration, we're going to keep it simple. You could go back in and fill out more or less information on your own later. Now we're going to go ahead and set up our internal contact. You start out by clicking the contact tab here. Contact type will be default. This is going to be the default address or contact information. It'll show up on our packing slip. So we'll put a contact name here, just ship from. You could always fill out more information here for your contacts, but for the purpose of the demonstration, we're going to keep it as minimal as possible. So I'll just make up some information here. Bear with me. So there we have our information. We'll go ahead and click the add contact. You see our information showed up down here, so it's saved. Now we can set up some shipping methods here. You see the little brown truck here. That brings us to our different shipping methods we can use. We have some defaults here. These will be in your application. So we'll just, no preference here. I'm just selecting some random ones here. We'll do a FedEx ground. We'll put a fake account number. And as simple as that, we just add it. It'll show up down here. So I'll add 2, just to be fair. Make up some numbers again. And again, add it. And we're done. So now that we completed configuring the internal organization information, we can go ahead and create our customer. So we click the make new organization. Move this window up a little bit. And then for the customer name, I'll just make it up. And it'll be a customer. That's it for the general information. Of course, as with everything, we could enter other fields here, but we'll just keep it simple for now. Now we could add the contact information. Again, the contact tab. We'll use a shipping contact type here. This will be the shipping address. If we choose default, the packing slip will have the same address that's labeled in default for the shipping address and billing address. So for this purpose, we're going to go ahead and create an individual shipping address and a separate billing address. Bear with me while I make up some information here. So we got that information complete. And we'll go ahead and add the contact there. And now we'll go ahead and create a separate billing address. So I'll select my contact type as billing this time. And again, I'm going to go ahead and make up the information. And we're complete with that information, so we'll go ahead and add this contact. And we're done with that. So now we can move this organization to active. There will be no further information needed. And we can get started on shipping product to this customer. Well, that concludes part 1 of the shipping tutorial demonstration. Thank you for viewing.